Hello everyone, how are you doing? This video today is about the Environmental Protection Agency. Defund the EPA. QA expert and authority Daryl Guberman tells you why. Well, between 2015 and 2021, the EPA had been watched over by Communist China. The EPA really doesn't do anything constructive anymore, mostly destructive. They are a government agency that sits on ANSI, and at the time they were sitting there, they were being controlled and manipulated by Communist China because of these affiliations that ANSI sat on the International Accreditation Forum, which was run by Communist China. The same individual, Zhao Jinwu, who was the chairman between 2015 and 21 and also have been involved with our quality since 1994, was also the chief executive of the China National Accreditation Services, which certified not just the suspect laboratory in Wuhan, the laboratory that released the COVID-19. Isn't that a tender moment in a pandemic society? But yes, the EPA should be defunded just like the rest of these federal agencies that sit on ANSI. Once ANSI touches something, it is corrupted. So I'm going to tell you why now. You have Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson who sit on ANSI's board. They sit over by the FDA, USDA, NIH, and CDC. They all sit harmoniously working together. The Pfizer had 15 million recalls on contaminated COVID shot. Johnson & Johnson had 60 million COVID shot contamination, and they both were known for skipping quality processes and standards. And they sit on ANSI's board, the Dalai Lama of standardization, especially voluntary consensus standards. Looks like they're not even volunteering when you're skipping quality standards and practices, business owners. And then you have Boeing, sitting right over by the FAA. The FAA succeeded inspection for Boeing's 737 MAX and probably the 777, 787. They're like this. They're like this, and they're like this. And then they will tell you that we don't have enough people to go inspect. So they basically gave all the inspection, all the research and development, if there was any. I think all they did was slap on these two huge engines on an old 737 platform. That's what they did. So you have all of this stuff. And by the way, Dennis Muhlenberg still got his money after killing 300 people, 400 people. And I know what you're saying. Oh, airplane safety is so great, so good. Well, the whole thing about quality and quality in general is to get better, and better. Instead, when you're involved with the American National Accrediting Board and ANSI, you don't get better. In fact, this is what the IAF truly stands for. And here it is. It always fails. I'm going to leave it here because, as I told you, the EPA should be defunded like the rest of these critters. But you have everybody. How about this? Not only did the FAA succeed inspection to Boeing, which meant gave it all, you have the factor that the FAA came back and caught Boeing and Colby Steel fudging documentation on their aircraft, and nobody has ever said what parts that they fudged the documentation on. Nobody ever said that. These planes are still flying, more than likely, with these suspect, non-inspected properly parts, bypassing inspection. Do you understand this, business owners? You really don't give a damn until a plane goes down and one of your relatives get killed. That's the only time you care anyway. 203-556-1493 or Daryl, DARYL, TQRS @yahoo.com. I thank you.